Hello. Welcome and good morning. If everyone could please take their seats. Again, hello, welcome, and good morning. Hola, bienvenidos, y buenos días. To kick us off today, I'd like to welcome the Vintage High School Vocal Music Workshop.
Thank you for inviting Vintage High Vocal Music Workshop to get your meeting started on a positive note. Actually, lots of positive notes. Studies over the years have demonstrated that students with access to arts education and arts participation are less likely to drop out of school and more likely to be recognized for high achievement. The National Endowment for the Arts says, in study after study, arts participation and education have been associated with improved cognitive, social, and behavioral outcomes across students' lifespans. Thank you to NVUSD for supporting the arts. You also can all support the arts by singing or clapping along.
do, do, do. Ooh, yeah, yeah. They say it's alright. They say it's alright. Say it's alright. Have a good time, 'cause it's alright. Whoa, it's alright. Now we're gonna move it slow. Oh, when the lights are low. When you move it slow, it feels like more, 'cause it's alright, whoa, it's alright. And now listen to the beat and kinda tap your feet, yeah. If you got soul, everybody knows that it's alright, whoa, it's alright.
When you wake up early in the morning, feeling sad like so many of us do. I'm a little soul and make life your goal, and surely something's adding up to you.
You gotta say it's alright. Just say it's alright. Say it's alright. Have a good time, 'cause it's alright. Whoa, it's all. Everybody clap your hands and give yourself a chance. If you got soul, everybody knows that it's alright. Whoa, it's alright.
Someday I'll find me a lover who will love and treat me real nice. When my love's gotta go, my road she'll know, from morning, noon, and in the night.
And she's gotta say that it's alright. Just say it's alright. Say it's alright. Have a good time, 'cause it's alright. Whoa, now everybody clap your hands and give yourself a chance. If you got soul, everybody knows that it's alright. Whoa. If you got soul, everybody knows that it's alright. Whoa, it's alright.
All right, well, good morning again. It is really hard to come on after those vintage high school vocalists, right? How about Jonah on the beats, right? Okay, so thank you again for the brilliance and the talent of the young people in our schools. Welcome, everyone. Hello, my name again is Dr. Rossana Musetti, the superintendent of the Napa Valley Unified School District. And wow, again, those students were incredible. I'm so excited to host the State of the District event here in person and virtually through our YouTube channel, NVUSD TV. I want to remind our guests watching online that a live interpretation of today's event can be accessed on nvusd.org's web homepage. Para los participantes que están con nosotros virtualmente, que necesitan interpretación en español, hay acceso a nuestros servicios de interpretación en la página nvusd.org. We are grateful to be here today and so grateful to have so many special guests with us. First of all, I'd like to start out with expressing gratitude to have our Napa Valley Unified School District Board of Education in attendance. I'm going to ask them all to please stand and hold applause till the end. We have Board President and Trustee David T. Gracia, Vice President and Trustee Cindy Water, Clerk and Trustee Eve Reiser, Trustee Lisa Chu, Trustee Elba Gonzalez Mares, Trustee Juliana Hart, Trustee Robin Jankwitz, and Student Board Representative Sam Gomez. Thank you to the governance team and the board members for being here. Now we want to honor our other special guests. We have many valued community partners that are here. We have the City of Napa, and again, let's hold applause till the end. So please stand. City of Napa Mayor, Mr. Scott Sedgley. Napa County Office of Education County Superintendent, Dr. Barb Nemko. Deputy Superintendent Josh Schultz, Associate Superintendent Julie McClure. We have Napa Valley Education Foundation Executive Director Jennifer Stewart. We also have our union partners and labor leaders in the room with us, including NVEA President Gail Young and incoming NVEA President Deb St. Clair. From NAPS today, we have Executive Board Member Jen Can. And from CSEA, we have President Hector Gallegos, First Vice President Jackie Clayton, and Secretary Nancy Miranda. From the Napa Chamber of Commerce, we have Board of Directors Alonso Corona. We have DLAC President Cindy Ramirez. We have Migrant Education President Espedi Peña. Napa Valley College President Dr. Torrance Powell. Barb Franco, the chair of our Measure H Bond Oversight Committee. And that's all. So thank you for all of you that are here today. A long list, but a very important list. So thank you for your presence. And then we also have guests joining us virtually online through our live stream on Napa Valley Unified School District TV. American Canyon City Councilman Mark Joseph is also here, so welcome. And lastly, before getting started, I want to thank Principal Hutchinson and the VHS Vintage High School community for hosting us here today at Vintage, so thank you. So now let's go ahead and get started. It feels surreal that a year ago has passed since we met last May at Napa High for our 21-22 State of the District event. And what an incredible year it's been. Since then, we've shared the important work being done by our talented staff, faculty, board, and community partners through our various advisory committee, Board of Education meetings, ribbon cuttings, open house events, and our newsletters and websites. This past year allowed us to continue to stabilize our organization and community post the COVID-19 pandemic. And although we continue to be challenged by some of the pandemic's impacts, I'm so grateful that we've developed the systems and committed the resources to be responsive to all of those challenges. All this work that we've accomplished keeps our most important focus top of mind, our students. I hope to take the opportunity today, now at Vintage High School, to tie together the many stories of the past year so we can celebrate all that our community has accomplished. I feel incredibly proud and excited to do so here with all of you. So much of the work that you will hear about today is making a significant impact on our students' educational experience here in NVUSD, which is always our goal, our hope, and our dream. Before I delve into the present-day story of NVUSD, however, I do want to take you back to the 2019-2020 academic year, approximately 3 years ago. This was the year that a new brand identity was created for the Napa Valley Unified School District. Understanding the brand development process and the logo that it rendered can give you personally some insight into our vision and values that consistently guide the work that we do every day. The brand identity included a new logo and colors to represent the Napa Valley Unified School District. It was created to clarify what NVUSD stands for and why, and to remind us that we were building towards a better future for all of our students. The hope was that when someone saw the logo or this particular set of colors, they would know that they were working with, hearing from, or collaborating with Napa Valley Unified School District. It felt like the right time to stake a claim in who we are and where we are going. In 2019, I was in my second year of my tenure as superintendent, still a pretty newish superintendent. We had recently completed a 90-day listening and learning tour that allowed me to introduce myself to the NVUSD stakeholders while also learning about our hopes, opportunities, needs, and concerns as an educational community. We were in the first year of implementation of our strategic plan and just launching improvements across all areas of the organization. That initial implementation of the plan had to overwhelmingly focus on stabilizing our budget and improving our then desperate financial conditions, while also serving as an opportunity to connect with the community through a fresh and curious perspective as to how we could then improve the district for all students. Although making necessary changes always involves some level of difficulty, we were poised to implement a vision and a 5-year strategic plan that would establish a very strong foundation from which we could continuously build upon and even guide us through a pandemic. Building this foundation was absolutely necessary if we intended to shift from surviving to thriving as a school district. Shifting from our schools performing as just islands of excellence to an entire system of excellence. It felt important at that moment to establish a new brand identity that recognized this need for change while simultaneously honoring our traditions and areas of existing strength and excellence. We adopted this strategic plan and the new brand identity, and we rolled up our sleeves and we got to work. The new brand identity signaled that NVUSD was operating in a new era, a new strategic plan, new leadership, battling historical declining enrollment trends and budget issues so that we could get to the important work that drives us, the work of improving educational programs, services, and outcomes for all students. Sharing our story is paramount, and a strong brand identity is important to have in our marketing toolbox. In today's world, school districts must compete. We need a better way to showcase our district as a great place to work, a great place to send your kids for a great education, a great organization to support, and a great community partner. The logo and branding were ultimately approved by an ad hoc NVUSD committee in the fall of 2020 after a robust, comprehensive branding development process that included NVUSD staff, Trustee Robin Jankwitz, Trustee David T. Gracia, and Trustee Elba Gonzalez Mares. There were work sessions, meetings with various stakeholder groups, and a survey to inform the committee of the concepts, values, and ideas that should define NVUSD in its present and future. Ultimately, the committee created visuals that truly speak to what we do and to our mission of instilling and inspiring a lifelong love of learning. These visuals are unique. We believe that they're recognizable, and we also believe that they're distinguishing. They creatively reflect NVUSD. So now that you understand the context behind the branding process and identity, here's a little bit about our logo and colors, two of the most prominent aspects of our brand identity that might not have been shared before with you. Included on the screens to my right and left is our logo. It represents NVUSD and Napa Valley's very rich history. It celebrates our current reality, and it welcomes an exciting new future. The blue is bold. Bold is a color that symbolizes inspiration, stability, serenity, and confidence. Let me ask forgiveness for any of my VHS crusher friends in the room who only see Napa High when they see blue, and probably are thinking, why didn't she change the logo to burgundy, at least for today? But you can talk to the communications team about that later. Please look at the base of the logo. The base of the logo represents a rich, fertile earth where all possibilities can grow from. Given that we are an educational institution, that point of inception for growth also looks like the pages of a book, filled with interesting, inspiring stories. The book, which reminds us of the importance of literacy in our system, serves as a spot in the logo where we establish very strong roots. Our strong roots remind us of established traditions that anchor our students, staff, and families as we move children through their educational journey. Okay, so now rising above the ground. It's the visible growth. The leaves and the branches remind us that for anything to grow, it needs to feel connected and it needs to feel nurtured. The leaves and branches also remind us of connections across the community, and it can specifically remind us of our connections to an agricultural community that has a very long history in this valley. Lastly, the leaves can symbolize the growth and cultivation of lifelong learning for our staff, our families, and most importantly, the students that we serve. This logo focuses on aspects of who we are as a community and an organization, aspects that we are simply not willing to compromise on because we value community, diversity, cultivating lifelong learning, tradition, strong roots, relationships, and dedication. The brand identity reinforces who we are, who NVUSD is. With the lens of who we are in mind, I will now jump back to telling the story of NVUSD just for this year. The story of NVUSD ultimately follows our organization's strategic plan, which is now in its 4th year of implementation. Our first strategic goal is student learning, achievement, and access. It's directly focused on the individuals that we're most accountable to, our students. We focused on ensuring that students graduate career and college ready, that students experience responsive and engaging pedagogy, that students thrive emotionally, socially, and academically, and that students always benefit from real-world experiences in their education. 2 ways that we met these directives in this past year was by implementing our comprehensive middle school redesign plan and focusing on the development of our transitional kindergarten program for our youngest learners. I will let our Director of Elementary Curriculum, Instruction, and English Learner Services, Mr. Matt Manning, and our Director of Secondary Curriculum, Instruction, and English Learner Services, Ms. Monica Reddy, share a little bit about how we've done that.
The middle school redesign in NVOC really allowed us to focus on our strategic plan goal number 1, focused on student learning, achievement, and access. The work in the middle school redesign was done through a highly collaborative process. Our goal is to work with our community for our students. And so it included students, staff, as well as our parents and community partners to help support our students as we made these designs for middle schoolers. It gave us the opportunity to look at our systems and our structures and really ensure that they supported all students no matter what middle school they chose to go to. Through this collaborative design process, we were able to identify core elements that helped middle school students be successful. Teaming, advisory, flexible learning that's responsive to our students, as well as extracurricular activities, providing after-school programming such as middle school athletics. Teaming across our comprehensive middle schools allows students to experience that small middle school environment within a large comprehensive school and still have access to all those amazing electives that they have an interest in, while also having those connections to a teacher and to their peers within a smaller environment. Another example is advisory. When we consistently have an advisory time during the day for our students, we can provide the instruction such as second step for our SEL, our social emotional learning, for all students because it's consistent and we can sustain it. In addition to these core elements, we had the opportunity to reprogram a middle school into a full language academy that allowed for the strengthening of our dual language immersion program, as well as a late entry into learning 2 languages for students who are not a part of our dual language immersion program, but want to start their second language journey in middle school. As we end our first year after the middle school redesign, implementing this year the systems and the structures across all of our middle schools, and reprogramming a school for DLI and artful learning, we've learned a lot. And we're excited to now have those systems and structures in place as we continue to refine and review and reflect on what we've put into place this year, looking towards our future. We recognize that our families and our students need voice and choice, and the redesign really allows for our students and families to have that, whether they choose a comprehensive middle school with all the programming offerings that give a small school environment. They're a student in dual language immersion who wants to continue and strengthen their language learning on the way to their SEAL biliteracy, or they're a student in a family that wants to continue in that truly small school environment in our TK-8 programs. As a former middle school principal, I was really excited to have NVOSD elevate our focus on our middle schools. We know that students grow more over that time period than any other time in their educational journey. And our focus on the middle schools is really allowing us to look at our students individually and plan around them in robust and rigorous ways.
The TK-8 schools offer parents, students, an opportunity to remain in a smaller school environment. We heard that interest from parents and we wanted to respond. 2 years ago, we were able to begin expanding with 6th grade at Scheer, and then we were able to add in 6th grade at Browns Valley this year. So many of the students have started at Browns Valley or Scheer in kindergarten or TK and are able to continue their educational experience all the way through 8th grade at those school sites. They have relationships with their teachers, they have relationships with other staff on the school site, and it's meeting the needs of those families. At both of our TK-8 sites, Scheer and Browns Valley, students are able to engage in rich academic content. The academic content that they experience at both of those school sites is the same as at the comprehensive middle schools. We use the same curriculum. They're also able to engage in arts and music. And one of the strongest interests that came through very loud and clear from students and parents was the ability to continue to engage in athletics. So we know that that's become a strong component of our comprehensive middle schools. So our students at both Browns Valley and Scheer are able to access those after-school athletic opportunities by attending the athletic program at their resident school site. Just as we've shared the development of our TK-8 schools and our middle schools, we're also very excited about the development of an expansion of our TK program in NVOSD. TK is our transitional kindergarten program, which we've had in California for the past about 13 years, but what we're excited about is that over the last couple of years, there has been new legislation which allows us to expand TK. Next year, we will have a TK classroom on all of our elementary school campuses. Our TK classrooms are not just another year of kindergarten. Transitional kindergarten allows us to bring our students into our school communities earlier. So this allows us the opportunity to ensure that those students are experiencing the social emotional development that we have across all of our grade levels and beginning to understand what it means to be part of a school community. Our parents are invited to join this school community earlier, so their students are feeling very much a part of the school community even before they enter kindergarten. We're excited to be able to create learning environments that meet the needs of that age range. And we're doing that by ensuring that our classrooms look and feel different at the TK level. Our teachers are being prepared differently so that students are engaged in significant amount of play-based learning. There's lots of opportunities for students to engage in oral language development. We know that these experiences will provide a rich foundation for our students to help prepare them for kindergarten and the rigors of elementary school and beyond.
Okay. Now that the first video rolled, I'm less nervous. And listening to Matt and Monica is always very grounding. So this is just the beginning for our middle school and transitional kindergarten learners. I hope you'll also take a peek at the video series that we created showcasing each of our middle schools and the informational videos that we created about the transitional kindergarten program. These videos can be found on our YouTube channel, NVUSD TV, and outline the unique cultures and characteristics of each of our programs as shared directly by our teachers and principals. As Director Manning mentioned, we remain dedicated to student learning, achievement, and access. Beyond all the work and accomplishments shared by our elementary and secondary education directors, we have also placed emphasis on ensuring mathematics programming and student outcomes from transitional kindergarten through 12th grade continue to improve. We know how important a high-quality educational experience in math is for all of our kids. So to do this, we focused on improving vertical alignment for instructional practices in the transition years from 5th to 6th grade and from 8th to 9th grade through a middle school and high school scope and sequence with priority standards. We also adopted a new data science course that's going to be available at our high schools, and we are currently in the process of piloting and adopting new math curriculum for our secondary students and schools. What does improved vertical alignment in math mean? It means that administrators and teachers are spending more time intentionally thinking about how we can support our students as the complexities of mathematical thinking increase as students move through the grade levels. If we are more intentional in thinking about this from grade level to grade level, we can determine what are the best curricular and professional development resources that we need to make available at all of our schools across elementary, middle, and high school levels to improve the overall student performance in math. Our middle school math teachers, site administrators, and district office staff conducted learning walks and visits to our elementary school 4th and 5th grade classrooms this past spring. This effort is just one example of our work to improve that vertical alignment for instructional practices in the mathematics curriculum. We also focused on the very earliest education program. This is a new program that is going to be new to NVUSD, Special Education Preschool, as we crafted a program to ensure a strong foundation and developmentally appropriate environment for special education children ages 3 to 5. Implementing this program will give NVUSD staff the opportunity to work directly with our youngest learners, our special education learners, and their families from the onset of their educational journey. Our coordinator of special education early learning programs has now been onboarded and is readily moving forward with the development of the early learning programs in special education here in-house in NVUSD. Matriculation meetings are underway for nearly 300 students who will be matriculating into preschool and also transitional kindergarten and kindergarten for the 23-24 school year. We are thrilled to expand and strengthen all learning programs in our district, and I want to thank Executive Director Terry Lynn Rossetti and all of the special education staff for their hard work around this effort. So even with this growth in preschool and transitional kindergarten and the redesign of our middle schools, declining enrollment persists due to external factors like a lack of affordable housing. Napa County is simply too expensive of a place to live for the majority of families with young children, and our enrollment trend continues to demonstrate that. The fact is that as the population of school-aged children in our area decreases, enrollment at our NVUSD schools will decrease. However, the good news is that by making decisions based on data and research, we can ensure that we have the right mix of programming and the facilities to support the rich programming preschool through 12th grade, despite the district's student population getting smaller. I always like to remind audiences that this is not solely an NVUSD issue. It is currently a California statewide issue. In fact, our California State Superintendent of Public Instruction is hosting a statewide webinar next week to provide districts with support as they make the difficult decisions that come with declining enrollment. Although declining enrollment is a challenge, it can also be viewed as an opportunity to strengthen programs that align with our values and resources and that are accessible to all students and families in the community. The middle school redesign process described by Director Monica Reddy is a prime example of how we moved through a challenge and created an opportunity to improve middle school programming at large and build a Spanish dual immersion middle school academy with arts integration, all in response to the declining enrollment in our district. When we adopt the mindset that challenges can also be opportunities, our potential is absolutely endless. The work outlined by Director Manning, Director Reddy, and all of our staff could not have been done without our people. Looking ahead, we need to ensure that we hire the appropriate staff and then retain these talented individuals. It's no secret. We have the best employees. I do truly believe that. From our bus drivers to our food services professionals, from teachers to the custodians, the operations and maintenance staff, to our principals and assistant principals, NVUSD is incredibly lucky to have such a talented workforce. However, maintaining that workforce has and will become more challenging than ever. Education is facing a national historical workforce shortage, right, Dr. Powell? Creating optimal working conditions, outstanding professional development, building leadership capacity within our organization, and maintaining competitive compensation has never been more important in education if we intend to recruit and retain the best and the brightest for our kids. One way that we address these challenges is by trying to meet our current and prospective employees where they are, and through the means of communication most meaningful to them. This has helped us move forward on goal number 2 of our strategic plan, effective employee relations and resource management. Assistant Superintendent Dana Page and Assistant Director Gina DeLuca from Human Resources will share more about one creative way that they've helped strengthen our recruiting efforts here in NVUSD.
Goal 2 is all about the people in our organization, which is really the backbone of our system. The importance of having a singular goal that is dedicated to employees means that we are really being mindful of what it takes to make everything work for our students, which is our people. How is HR making good on goal number 2? First of all, we're getting ourselves in the driver's seat around hiring, being proactive and telling our story not only to our community but to prospective employees in a really powerful way means that we're not just waiting for people to come to us, look us up, and see if maybe we might be an okay place for them to work. We want them to come choose us because they want to work here. They want to line up with our purpose and mission of serving students. And so we needed to do things that put us in the driver's seat of finding people who align with our vision and our work. One way we did this was to create a hub for information and outreach, our NVUSD Careers website.
Our human resource pages have great information, but we're really focused internally on our existing and our current employees. We knew that we wanted to reach more prospective employees and to share our story with those looking for employment in and around our community. And with that in mind, we formed a volunteer team to complete vast research. This group helped us create a website that looks and feels like the NVUSD. It seamlessly integrates it into our official NVUSD org site and features photos of our employees and tells their words and their stories. It's easy, it's consistent, and it saves our prospective employees time. They're able to use a QR code to immediately access the information that they're seeking. They can sign up for job alerts so they're notified immediately that a job that they're looking for is available. These are the many ways that we have worked to enhance our recruitment efforts in the NVUSD.
The website allowed us to dig deeper into who we are as an employer, what we offer to our employees, and why we're a great place to work. What's exciting to me about human resources and working with our employees is that you do get to see those stories of people who start in one position and through their own work and determination, but also through a lot of the programs and services that we provide through human resources, have been able to extend their career and grow into new positions and find themselves in influencing the way our schools run or the way education is delivered to our students in new and different ways.
Great, so thank you to Assistant Superintendent Dana Page, right here in the front watching the video. I know she loves that. And if you're an NVUSD employee, can you please stand? Can we give our staff that's in the room, any NVUSD employee, as we think about Goal 2? Thank you so much for all of your hard work and dedication. So the career website is just one way that we made progress towards this goal in this past year. We've done other things. We've expanded onboarding activities and extended the new employee engagement to last through the entire first year of employment. We articulated pathways for career advancement within Napa Valley Unified School District, and we've established a system to collect more human resources metrics related to hiring, retention, and turnover. All very important work in today's hiring environment. Ensuring that we have the talented and diverse workforce needed to operate 26 schools while offering the robust programming and extracurriculars our students deserve is also a focus of goal number 4 in our strategic plan: tactical, proactive, and efficient asset management. Our key initiatives this year focused on establishing systems to reinforce a predictable and stable financial situation, allocating resources responsibly with a focus on our board and strategic priorities, continuing to advance our positive labor relations that have existed for more than 3 decades, and that's really important in today's environment as well, and a focus on decisions to build a reserve fund that can ensure fiscal stability despite external economic volatility. School districts in California do their best work for students when they are stable. There are school districts facing labor strikes, ample labor strife, high employee turnaround, and even chaos in the boardroom. When schools are nested within an unstable system, it becomes incredibly difficult to improve the quality of education for our kids. 5 years ago, our district was confronted with instability as declining enrollment trends persisted and the necessary budget adjustments were not made quite fast enough. As I mentioned, declining enrollment does not seem to be going away. But now with systems in place, full transparency about our enrollment trends and data, and the data necessary to drive data-driven decision-making, we cannot only survive the declining enrollment context, but rather thrive in this context, because we have systems in place to navigate the economic uncertainty caused by the state's volatile, enrollment-based school funding model. It's a polarity that we need to grapple with every day, this tension. But NVUSD is now poised to handle it with confidence and competence and create stability even amidst uncertainty. Beyond the funds that we receive from the federal and state government, we also work hard to secure funds through creative means. Examples of successes in this area this year can be seen in staff's work to leverage state funding opportunities for facilities. Since 2018, the district has secured approximately $28 million from the State of California Facility Program, where districts can apply for reimbursements and matching funds from the state. The additional revenue source has enabled the district to expand the scope of facilities improvement at schools in NVUSD, concentrating on roof and HVAC replacement, along with a new coat of paint and any necessary ADA compliance work. This happened at Bel Air this past year, as you can see in the picture. Doesn't it look great? Sure. We're happy for Bel Air and the other schools that were able to experience that modernization. In 2023, the district anticipates approximately $2 million for applications that were previously submitted, and we're going to keep at it. By the end of 2025, the district expects additional funds for other applications that are being submitted currently in this year. This is just one way that we work tirelessly to get creative to ensure our students have the facilities needed for optimal learning. Another success in Goal 4 was the coordinated community effort to secure bonds for Napa and for American Canyon schools, which helps us achieve, again, Goal 4, tactical, proactive, and efficient asset management. I'll let you hear from Assistant Superintendent of Business Services, Mr. Rob Manguala, with a brief synopsis of NVUSD's overall favorable financial position, and then from Assistant Superintendent of Operational Services, Mr. Mike Pearson, and our bond chairs, Ms. Kasama Lee, and Barb Franco, who led our Measure A1 and Measure A2 bond efforts this last fall. Let's hear more.
Financial stability is a key indicator of the health of a school district. The Napa Valley Unified School District has made hard but data-driven decisions to ensure we have the financial framework in place to hire talented and support excellence in student learning and achievement. We are fortunate to have a team that put in this hard work over the last 5 years to ensure stability and thus quality teaching and learning. We are also thankful that we are positioned to pursue bonds for Napa and American Canyon earlier this year. Because the state does not fund school facilities and improvement projects adequately, bonds are essential to keeping our facilities warm, safe, and dry, and thus primed for student learning.
General obligation bonds such as Measure A1 and A2 are used to fund projects specific to facilities, including the renovation of existing classrooms and school facilities, as well as the construction of new structures. Measure A2 passed with overwhelming support by the American Canyon community, with 65.68% of the voters voting yes. Measure A1 nearly passed, earning 54.62% of the vote amongst the voters in Napa. We needed 55%, and that actually means we were 130 votes short of passing this bond.
Measure A2 passed with overwhelming support by the American Canyon community. So many contributed to this success and worked tirelessly to see it to fruition. Our volunteers were NVUSD staff, students, board members, elected leaders in our community, and so many more. We're excited to see the facilities improvements that will be made for our students over the coming years. We know some of these improvements include upgrades to classrooms, science labs, computer systems, and technology, fixing leaky roofs, broken walls and ceilings, and bringing facilities up to current code, improving outdoor spaces, play structures, fields, and walkways, providing classrooms, labs, and equipment for career and technology education classes so students are prepared for college and in-demand jobs in fields like health sciences, engineering, technology, skilled trades, and so much more.
I'm extremely proud of the effort of so many people that worked on the bond measure A1. Measure A1 fell short of the supermajority that was needed to pass. 54.6% of the people voted yes, and to me, that's a win. To achieve these results, we had many volunteers, including parents, teachers, students, and we educated many people about the needs of our aging schools. It was just an absolute honor to work alongside all of the many people in the community who came forward to support our students and improving our facilities.
All of our students deserve quality facilities. We look forward to beginning the work needed to continue the upgrades of American Canyon schools that will be possible due to the passage of Measure A2. We will also continue to use our limited resources to make essential repairs to Napa schools as we are able. We are extremely proud of the effort of so many to support our schools, and we are extremely thankful for the powerful partnership that we have with Napa and American Canyon families. Thank you.
So those bond campaigns were so much work. I'm going to ask these two powerhouse women in our two communities to stand, Kasama Lee and Barb Franco, who are here today with us. Stay standing. I have some words for you. I want to extend my personal thanks on behalf of the Superintendent's Office. I know the Board of Education in this very public arena today, also virtual, so remember that. I want to extend my thanks to both of you for all that you did. Measure A1 Bond Committee Chair Bob Franco and Measure A2 Bond Committee Chair Kasama Lee. These two individuals truly optimized the strength in our communities. Thank you. Another big thank you to all of the individuals that worked behind the two of you, who volunteered their time to increase awareness alongside you and take action around bond measures A1 and A2. We are excited to implement a strong Measure A2 bond program in American Canyon. The execution of the facilities improvement projects over the next few years in American Canyon will be a joy to observe. And despite Measure A1 falling short, just a bit short, like you said in the video, for the schools in Napa, we remain very excited, and we're so grateful for the work that you did, Barb. We're excited to take our learning from this latest campaign to inform a future pursuit. So thank you to both of you. In terms of informing that future pursuit here in Napa, we are getting out in the community and talking to lots of people both formally and informally about what it will take to pass a future bond for Napa kids. We stay open and curious as we ask the question, because we know there is a lot to learn from the various voices in our community. One thing I learned as I successfully fought cancer a couple of years ago, and just a side note, I'm close to celebrating nearly 2 years in remission. is that when life presents us with situations, crises, or circumstances that we experience sometimes as losses or problems or challenges, those same exact situations or circumstances can bless us with tremendous learning, tremendous reflection, lots of growth, and even new, fresh perspectives. Challenges or losses provide us with an opportunity to reset and move forward, and that's what we're doing around Napa school facilities. The Measure A1 campaign taught us so much about how we need to continue to build trust with our community despite some of our tumultuous past. We learned that we could do a better job of partnering with community leaders to help everyone more deeply appreciate the impact of thriving schools in our community at large. So I want to thank you, Mayor Sedgley, and I also want to thank City Council Member Liz Alessio, who wasn't able to make it here today, for both of you, your time just in the last couple of weeks to begin that important work by coming and visiting our schools and meeting with me. We learned that we need to continue to educate the community about school funding and California's approach to financing large-scale facilities improvements and modernization through bond measures at the local level. And most importantly, we learned that we need to keep voters, staff, parents, and community members at large focused on why we work on facilities plans and bond initiatives. Our why is our students, and they deserve the best facilities that we can provide them. Today's students and our future students all benefit when they attend a school facility that's in excellent condition. So for them, we will keep doing our best, and we will keep at it. We remain hopeful and committed to helping our community understand how school bonds are the means, they currently are the means in California for addressing school facility needs within a local community. So we look forward to your ongoing support with this critical work for our kids. And finally, I want to take a moment as we wrap up Goal 4 to recognize our maintenance and operations staff and all of our custodians across the district who have to keep our aging facilities in the best condition possible for our students, despite us not having the revenues to implement some of the large-scale improvements that we would like to see. Thank you for your hard work and for maximizing the limited resources we do have to keep our kids warm, safe, and dry. So with this strong foundation in place, NVUSD is thankful to invest time and resources also into wellness, shifting gears here. Under goal number 5, equity-centered leadership and inclusive organizational culture to improve the mental health of our students across our elementary, middle, and high schools by putting structures in place to ensure that they all feel seen and heard every time they walk onto a school campus, no matter who they are. We continue to make significant progress in this area. Some of the most impactful ways we've moved these efforts forward are by effectively training instructional staff in equity-based social-emotional learning, providing integrated and designated social-emotional learning experiences at elementary, TK through 8, and middle school, while piloting a designated social-emotional learning program at the high school level and exploring a structure within the high school day for its implementation in the future, all while maintaining mental health resources despite a volatile funding reality. We have achieved all that and more, and I'm going to let Assistant Superintendent of Instructional Services, Ms. Pat Andrew Jennings, and the Director of Prevention and Intervention Services, Ms. Sarah Knox, both from the Instructional Services Division, share more with you about these efforts.
NVUSD is committed to creating safe and inclusive school climates that embrace the totality of students' experiences and supports their mental health and wellness. Mental health challenges in children, young adults, and adolescents are real and they are widespread. But most importantly, these challenges are treatable and often preventable. NVUSD has tackled these challenges head-on and placed an emphasis in both our school board annual priorities as well as our strategic plan.
NVUSD has partnered with Scholar System to ensure that all of our school sites are an ecosystem of Carreño, which means I see you, I hear you, I care about you. And that's what we want all of our students and families and staff to feel when they walk on our campuses. In August, we launched our Ecosystems of Carreño with Scholar System. Site teams gathered at New Tech High School for our Leadership Summit. During that summit, site teams were trained in how to train the rest of the staff in the ecosystems of Carreño. So throughout the year, principals and staff from the sites have been working with teachers, classified employees to ensure that our students are experiencing an ecosystem of Carreño. What that would look like is students being greeted at the door, students being known by name, students experiencing that they are cared for and loved and seen by the staff at the school site.
In addition to creating ecosystems of Carreño across the district, NVUSD has also expanded social-emotional learning programming by bringing in the Toolbox project at the elementary schools that helps activate students' power within to solve their own problems. At the middle school level, we've added second step digital lessons that teachers use in their advisory classes to support students to develop their social skills and a growth mindset. At the high school level, Teachers are able to use integrated social-emotional learning strategies like having warm, welcoming introductions, engagement strategies, brain breaks, and optimistic closures that help develop a climate and a culture of learning and respect in the classroom. MVUSD has also expanded access to care and mental health supports outside of the classroom by embarking on a suicide prevention campaign that is unprecedented. We've been able to partner with Mentis to train over 350 staff and students in QPR, which is Question, Persuade, Refer, suicide prevention certification. We also continue to partner with Care Solace, a care coordination service that enables students, their families, staff, and their families 24/7, 365 days a year, free access to mental health care coordination. In MVUSD, we provide a network of care for students and their families and truly embrace the whole child approach to education. There's no better representation of this than in our wellness centers. Our wellness programming is truly a flagship in the state of California, and other districts often come to us for advice. We are proud to provide wellness centers at 7 of our schools. With Wellness Center programming being so successful, we were able to expand it to Napa High School and Vintage this year. With those 2 wellness centers, with youth outreach coordinators, student engagement, Wellness Wednesdays, and a variety of wellness programming to support the whole child at the high school level. At the elementary level, we've established 4 community schools at McPherson, Shear, Phillips, and Snow Elementary Schools, which offer expanded learning opportunities and time, integrated learning supports, parent outreach and engagement, and collaborative leadership. These are just a few of our successes with student wellness and support this year. It's our belief in MVUSD that if we seize this moment and step up for our children and their families, that we can lay the foundation for a healthier, more resilient community.
So thank you to our team and all of our partners for making sure that we can address the wellness needs of our young people. None of this important work could have been possible without work towards this almost final goal, Goal 6, strategic, impactful governance and policy implementation. But instead of me talking all about that, we're going to answer the question, what does governance mean at NVUSD? And NVUSD Board President and Trustee David T. Gracia is going to take it from here.
The Board of Education is a team of 7 individuals who act as the policy-making body for the Napa Valley Unified School District. Each member is elected for a 4-year term, and terms are staggered with elections held every 2 years. The board is responsible for approving the district's budget and adopting all policies and curricula. To do this important work, our board has worked with the California School Boards Association over the last 4 years to create a framework for effective governance. Through 5 workshops begun in May 2019, a document was developed that outlines the purpose, roles, norms, and protocols that enable the governance team, in this case, the NVUSD Board of Education, to continue to perform its responsibilities in a way that best serves all students. This governance framework ensures progress is being made toward strategic goal number 6, impactful governance and policy implementation, and specifically towards fostering effective governance and ensuring detailed policy review, development, and implementation occurs. Effective governance takes many forms. At NVUSD, one way effective governance is achieved is through continuous learning. One example of continuous learning that the board has engaged in over the last few years has been the study sessions. We have had study sessions on many topics, but in this year, we have done study sessions on early literacy and also on literacy at the secondary level. We had 2 presentations, one in November of 2022 and one in January of 2023 about literacy. This year, the board has an annual priority around literacy and specifically early literacy. We're hoping to improve outcomes in the TK through 3 grade level. And as part of that, we have done a deep dive so that we will be well informed when it comes time to make decisions to implement new board policies and adopt new programs.
Thank you, President Gracia. So much hard work there. The literacy study sessions are just one way that the Board of Education has taken the extra step to not only support efforts, but also deeply understand the mechanisms and the meaning behind them as they decision make for our school district. Sound governance sets the foundation, allowing education to happen. We are grateful for this because education is very nuanced and the details matter. The research shows that when a Board of Education like ours spends the majority of their time focusing on educational issues related to student achievement, while maintaining a strong instructional vision and focus and rigorous fiscal stewardship, student outcomes improve. Our current board has put strong protocols in place to ensure that they maintain that focus on what really matters, creating the best conditions for student learning. Because of the expertise of our board and their willingness to strive for excellence as a governance team, NVUSD has a comprehensive, transparent, and consistent governance model. In fact, NVUSD leadership is regularly asked to present to peer school districts on governance. We present for community organizations and at local, regional, and national conferences such as the California School Boards Association Annual Education Conference, and last year we were even invited to present at the Yale School of Management. The NVUSD community is incredibly fortunate to have such a strong and committed, collaborative Board of Education and to have community partnerships in place to support goal number 6. Strategic, impactful governance and policy implementation. As the board, our district leadership team, and all NVUSD staff wrap up this current strategic plan that has indeed provided us with a framework for governance, administration, implementation, and improvement during a very challenging few years, we are excited to also take this moment, with so many of you in the room and online, as an opportunity to let you know that we are planning for our future. In fact, the next 5 years and beyond. We are looking ahead. Please stay on the lookout for invitations to partner with us in designing our future vision for our schools in this post-pandemic reality. We will also be developing an NVUSD graduate profile. A graduate profile will communicate to all stakeholders what are the characteristics, skills, and knowledge that we want to develop in all of our NVUSD students and graduates as they prepare to enter the world after high school. We will be conducting large-scale community engagement starting in the fall with NVUSD stakeholders and students so that they can build upon our strong foundation and move our educational system forward by closely partnering with our community to create an education system that continues to inspire, motivate, and create impactful learning opportunities for every child. Now that we've attained more stability, thinking of ourselves as an institutional partner in the community allows us to do more things with our resources. We plan to find ways to partner with our local entities to make this community, through our schools, a better place to live, work, play, and educate. So please join us in this effort of developing a graduate profile and the next strategic plan that will ensure we actualize that graduate profile over the course of the next decade. We want everyone to contribute to this process so we can build the best future possible for all of our kids. And on that note, I want to take a moment and pause and thank our most critical partners who we hope will be part of that future visioning process, our parents. So any parents who are able to come today and represent their schools, if you could please stand and let's give a hand and a round of applause to our most important partners in the school system, our parents. Thank you so much for all that you do. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting your own children and all of the children in our schools. Okay, we've shared quite a bit over the last, 70 minutes. And you might have thought, I forgot a goal, right? I don't know if you noticed. However, I saved something special for the end of this presentation. So we're going to showcase now Goal 3, robust communication, community engagement, and advocacy. Do not worry, the superintendent can count. Our focus on improving math is still working despite my decision to go out of mathematical order and skip Goal 3 and save this goal as our closer, because of course we always save the best for last. And our goal number 3 video, in closing video vignette, actually is the best because it provides us the opportunity to showcase the talent of our students. So I will ask our own Vintage High School Crusher students, Sophia, are they here? Stand. Dominic, Ina, if they're here, Noah, Landon, Max Miller, Brady, Ezra, and our Career Technical Education Multimedia Productions teacher, Mr. J.P. Castillo. Please. You're getting advance applause here. Earlier this year, Mr. Castillo and these students agreed to help our staff with a video to close and end our State of the District 2023 event. They were asked to create a video that highlights what it means to be a student or a parent, a staff member, or community member in the Napa Valley Unified School District. This team immediately took ownership of this project, and I mean ownership. They collaborated for over 2 months to determine the theme, film the video footage, and edit the content to this final form that we're about to share with you. They even used various aspects of that brand identity that I started the presentation with earlier, like our logo and our colors. So I couldn't be more proud of the work that they did. Let's go ahead and see their work now, and let's end today's event with My NVUSD Is.
Hello, my name is Dr. Rosana Musetti.
My name is Jessica Pequeño.
My name is Samuel Gomez.
Mi nombre es Cindy Ramirez.
My name is Allison Sendejas. I am Liz Alessio.
Hi, my name is Rob Hall.
My name is DeLay Anderson.
Hi, my name is David T. Gracia.
Hello, my name is Jamie Hall.
My name is Naomi Martin.
Hi, my name is Ina, and I'm a student at Vintage. My NVUSD is creative. I really like how everyone has their own ideas and they have some sort of way to express it at school.
My NVUSD is growing. We are growing our systems, our people, our relationships, and our knowledge.
My NVUSD is resilient. NVUSD has faced multiple challenges over the past 5 years. And through all of this, NVUSD has remained focused on their goals, including improved financial performance, educational alignment, and community engagement.
My NVUSD is collaborative. Both the students and teachers contribute to a learning environment that promotes inclusivity and diversity of thought.
My NVUSD is true. True in heart and spirit, true in perseverance and excellence.
My NVUSD is determined. NVUSD strive to make our district better. They always put students and staff first.
My NVUSD is inclusive. As a person of Hispanic origin, I feel seen within the district.
NVUSD es oportunidad. Oportunidad de abrirse y cerrar puertas. Oportunidad de hablar y de escuchar, la oportunidad de cambiar ideas y pensamientos.
My NVUSD is driven. The students at NVUSD are very goal-oriented.
My NVUSD is safe. It's safe because of the caring community that surrounds us.
My NVUSD is determined. I believe that NVUSD is determined to make changes in a positive way, including creating an inclusive environment for all students.
My NVUSD is caring. The students, staff, parents, and Board of Education in the Napa Valley Unified School District provide an environment where our students feel supported, cared for, seen, and challenged.
This is my NVUSD.
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 My NVUSD is cool.
Esto es mi NVUSD.
This is my 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 NVUSD.
Our ecosystems of Cariño ensure that we meet our mission, which is to transform lives by instilling and inspiring lifelong learning in every student. This is my NVUSD.
My NVUSD is awesome.
That concludes today's event. We want to thank you so much for being here. We're so grateful for your presence and your attention, and most importantly, your partnership in NVUSD. Thank you so much.